Alfie Cox. It's an honor to speak to you, a legend in the motorcycling world, off-road. Now, this event that's going to end here in September, the Matat2Pont event, what is your take on it? How, where does it fit into the overall picture?
I think us being dirt bike riders, and this is what we love doing, is riding in the bush. It was a brainchild of the two Margate boys, Dean Riley and Ben Skierpus, and then they asked me because I'll do the signature of the event and try to get this thing promoted. And we thought, and then we have Saki Martins, which is one of the councillors, ward guy. He does everything in Matat, and that's where we want to start it, from Matat, going to Kokstad, the first night stop, Harding, the second night stop, and then finishing in this fantastic south coast, at the pond. I mean, riding across that floating bridge, who would ever think you would do something like that? So that was the brainchild behind it. We've had the first year. I think it was quite successful the first year, and we know this thing's going to grow from strength to strength.
Speaking of growing, I mean, where would you like to see it end up in the next 4 or 5 years?
Well, I think the concept that we've got at the moment, we've taken it from Farmer Glen, Sani to Sea, Joburg to Sea, that type of an event. In other words, a tented village every night. So growing to, we don't know, we could probably take on 150 teams. I think that would be manageable, not to let it get out of control, because then it just becomes too big and not manageable. We need a lot of people to help us over the 3 days. And so, yeah, if we could grow it to 150 teams, we would be more than happy. And the biggest drive in this whole thing is to give back to the community. That's what it's all about.
To enlighten us on that, apparently there are quite a few big names coming up now.
Yeah, I think, the South Coast at the moment has definitely got the best riders in the country with the Wade Youngs. We've got a lot of good guys. Even Kokstad and Matat have got some fantastic riders at the moment. But as far as growing this thing into what we want to give back, already in Matat we have the thing called shoes, where we donate shoes to the community and clothes. I know this year barter shoes are made in Escort, and through all of our guys that ride with us, somebody's connected somewhere. And one of my customers, Malcolm Pedersey, he builds the shoes in his shoe factory in Escort, and Barter are donating 300 pairs of shoes to this event, which we will hand out along the way. And as Ben said, at every day stop, at our lunch stop, we're somewhere in the community, in the middle of the rural areas, and it's fantastic to see the faces of the children when we give these things out, and to try and maybe add classrooms, give desks, do something, paper, to the community, and that would be the idea at the end of it, I would believe.
Look, an event obviously like this costs money. You're a KTM dealer, and despite the talk about the economy being flat, I mean, it looks as if there is still money around. I mean, everything is not that it's not all doom and gloom.
No, well, I think a lot of the stuff is financed, but when it comes to outdoor adventurous stuff, you're never going to stop a guy riding a dirt bike. I think it's the most relaxing thing you could ever do, the most fun thing you can do. We see it all the time. Guys leave to go and play golf. I've got nothing against golfers, nothing against mountain bikers, but eventually they come back and take the motorcycle and off they go. My motto is, if it doesn't have petrol, it's not fun.